Hi everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my June TBR chosen by Dart Attack, Whatever You Want-A-thon edition. So, two things to introduce here. Firstly, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Dart Attack, my TBR game I play every month. There will be a playlist linked down below in the description of all the episodes so far. The first one is the best one for an explanation of all the rules, but as a very brief overview, I throw darts at this board. There are prompts, which it gives me. I then pick a book that fits that prompt. There is also a tally, which I will put up here if I remember. When this tally reaches 3 on any colour, I have to add extra throws. That's the very basic overview. The second thing to introduce for the video today is Whatever You Want-A-thon. This is a readathon that I am hosting throughout the month of June. I will link the announcement video up there. It is very simply a readathon where you can read whatever you want. And there are teams, there are prompts, there are challenges, lots going on, but basically read whatever the hell you want. And with that message in mind, we will come back around to how that's going to play into my TBR for June in just a minute. But firstly, let's go over how my reading went in May. So, my reading in May was not it. It is still more than a week before the end of the month when I'm filming this, but I can tell you for certain right now, I will not finish my May TBR. I am hoping to get maybe 2 more books done because I have live shows for them next weekend. I'm not expecting to finish any more than that. It's been a month. I am incredibly busy with work. I would actually have had a video go up just before this one, which is sort of a life update and a reading update and a content update. So do check that out for more detail. But basically, life's gone mad, work's got busy. I have a social life again because the world is slightly starting to reopen and reading has slightly fallen off of my priority list. And so yeah, I didn't even get close to finishing my TBR. One of the books will be rolling over into June, and that is, if I can just grab it, The Never Tilting World by Rinchpeko. I will be rolling this over into June, as is my standard when I don't finish my TBR, roll a book over. The live show for this is June 12th, so I'm going to have to read it in June anyway. So this one will be rolling over, maybe some of the others as well. I mentioned Docile in the last one, and again, Docile will be read in June, so I'll finish the books eventually, just not in May. Definitely not in May. So yes, for the first time this year, I have failed my TBR. That does therefore mean I do not get any form of reward this time, but I don't really mind. Quickly, before we get a bit more into my June TBR, just to run through the book club picks I will be reading. As I mentioned, I will be reading The Never Tilting World, which is the May pick for FAES and Gaze, because the live show will be on June 12th. I will also be reading In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland, because this is the June pick for FAES and Gaze, and so I need to read that one this month as well. And then I will also be reading Docile by K.M. Szpara. This is the Burned Book Club's pick for May and June, and the live show will be at the end of June. So again, I need to get it read. So those are the 3 mandatory reads I have in the month, which I'm excited for all of, to be fair. However, with my kind of mini reading slump thing going on, I am feeling less and less inclined towards fantasy at the moment and much more towards contemporary. So you might be seeing quite a lot of contemporary popping up on this TBR, if I'm honest. Also, although these 3 are book club picks, this one will not be on the rest of my TBR as I had to roll it over from May and it's a forfeit, it's adding a book. These 2 I will hopefully be fitting in at some point throughout this game. But as I mentioned, June is Whatever You Want-A-thon. I'm really excited for it. I have the busiest work month I've ever had coming up in June, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to read, but I will try. I have pledged 12 books. I'm not optimistic, but I'm going to give it a go, see if I can complete my own readathon maybe. But the thing I will say is, with being in a bit of a slump and not having that much time to read, I need to mood read. Obviously, having a TBR is not the most conducive to mood reading. So basically, I'm going to let you guys vote in the comments, I guess, just like you choose and I'll feel like what the majority is. I am going to play this game and I'm going to choose books for it. There is a very, very, very good chance I will not read the books I pick. Maybe I will. Maybe if it comes up with like the 4 contemporary books I have sat next to me here that I'm dying to read, maybe if it comes up with those, I will do it. Who knows? But I would hazard a guess that with my reading being as it is and really feeling the need to mood read, there is a good chance I don't read the books that I pick. So we have 2 options. 1, I just kind of accept the loss now. We play anyway because it's a laugh and we'll see how I do. And 2, I give myself permission, with it being Whatever You Want-A-thon, to let myself keep the prompts throughout the month, still try to fulfill all my Dart Attack prompts, but permission to switch out the books for something different. That's what I'm leaning towards. It's my readathon, it's my TBR game. I feel like I'm giving myself a little bit of a free pass month. It's also my birthday month. Like, I just want to have fun with it. So I'm probably going to go with option 2, but if you guys really feel that I shouldn't, you can let me know in the comments. I may ignore you, but you can let me know. So yes, I'm going to play. We'll get the prompts. I will pick books for the prompts. I will let you know which Whatever You Want-A-thon prompts they fit. I doubt I'll be able to fill all 15 with 5 books, but I will give it a go and see where we get to. And yeah, I may not read those books, but throughout the month I will make sure to fulfill my data type prompts as best I can. I'll make sure to get as many of the Whatever You Want-A-thon prompts as I can. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah, that's where we're at. I feel like mood reading. TBRs aren't conducive with that, so I'm doing it anyway because I love playing and I love making TBRs. But I make no promises about sticking to my TBR. But with that spiel out the way, it is probably time to start playing Dart Attack. So as always, I need to replace the prompt on the board, which I think was on light orange we hit last. That may be wrong. Again, I take these prompts on and off so many times in the month for doing dart sprints and Patreon throws and things like that. So I kind of lose track of where they're meant to be. But it's close enough. But I need to replace the first prompt and I'm going to get it right this month and replace it with a Patreon prompt. Just a quick explanation, my top 2 tiers of Patreons do give me prompts which I put on the board. I obviously take prompt recommendations from the comments and stuff all the time, but whatever they suggest I have to include. I don't get to veto them unless they're like utterly ridiculous, obviously, and then like, you know, no one's done that yet. So I'm going to shuffle these and one of these will go on the board. Obviously there's no guarantee I will hit it, but this will be the first one going on the board, which I forgot to do last month, so this month we're actually going to do it. And we're going to go with this one. I've just realised my dart is still in the board from playing dart sprints last night with Spoops, but I guess therefore now is time for the very first throw. As always, I will be doing 5 throws. I've obviously already added 1 book. We will see if I have to add any more throughout this video. Also, fingers crossed I don't hit my wall, because I have now hit my wall twice. I kind of don't mind if we have to add a couple, especially as I've got a lot of contemporaries, which I find a bit quicker, and I will have some graphic novels and stuff. But I would also quite happily keep it at around the 5 book or 6 book mark. But then again, I did pledge 12, so you never know. We'll see where we get to. Okay, so throw number 1. It is actually a pretty safe board, other than miss, so we're just kind of going to throw and see what happens. As always, the outer ball means I can pick whatever book I want, but I do have to... It's snowing? It's snowing at the end of May. What is this country? Sorry, sidetracked there. Outer ball is free pick, so I can pick whatever book I want. It does have to go on the TBR though. It's not just a mood read whenever I want. And inner ball is I get to pick a reward out of my rewards mug, which I obviously didn't get to do at the beginning, so that would be fun. Let's throw and see what we get. I'm nervous. Pink! Let's see what pink is. Pink is favourite author. Okay, I could not be happier that favourite author just came up, because I 2 days ago received a book which I cannot wait to read from one of my favourite authors, and that is Some Girls Do by Jennifer Duggan. I am so excited right now. This is potentially my most anticipated release of the year. I'm not gonna lie, I've been so excited for it. This follows, oh, can I even remember? It was like a car mechanic and like a track star slash, not prom queen. What is it called? Okay, so this follows 2 girls, one who is a track star who is very much out as being gay and then has to transfer to a new school where that's not so okay. And it also follows someone else who likes tinkering with cars and is also a beauty queen, like, yeah, like in pageants and stuff, and they get in a relationship. I think one of them is bi, I think one might be lesbian, not completely sure. But it's sapphic. I have loved all of Jennifer Duggan's books so far. I mean, there's only been 2, but I've adored them both. So I am beyond excited to pick this one up, and I know I'm just going to fly through it and have the best time with it. First book on my TBR. I'm a very happy person right now because this is the book I wanted to get onto my TBR. And in terms of Whateverthon prompts, this very much fits the pride flag cover prompt because it has all the colours of the lesbian flag. It fits a 5-star prediction because it absolutely is for me. It obviously fits fitting a TBR game prompt because that's how I chose it. And depending on what else I choose, it may also fit the prompt of like first letter, last letter of things. But that is completely dependent on what other books I end up with on my TBR. So after that very strong start, let's replace the prompt and see what we get, and then do the next throw. This one. Okay, prompt replaced, pin on the board, I'm in a good mood, let's do throw 2. I am 100% going to regret saying this, but I'm in such a good mood, I now don't really care what happens for the rest of the game. I'll regret saying that, I guarantee, but I'm just so hyped because I just want to read that book so bad. The fact I'm having to wait till June is already killing me, but luckily I have other books to read in May, which I have to read in May, so I kind of can't get tempted. But let's do the second throw and see what else we are getting. I'm getting hyped. This is fun. This is making me want to read again, which is very exciting after the last few weeks where I've not wanted to touch a book at all. Okay, here we go. Green. Is that a triple? I think we're okay. Oh, it's just about a single, and we have got ebook. Okay, so I'm not going to turn around for this one because I don't have a physical book to hold up, but I did get ebook for the second one. And for this, I'm going to read You Reach Sam by Dustin Tao. This is a YA contemporary story. It is an arc that I have, and it follows a girl. I actually read like the first page of it the other day when I got my vaccine. I had to sit and read something after, and I had my iPad, so I read like the first 5 pages, and it was quite a good start actually, so I'm excited. And more YA contemporary, which is all I want right now. And yes, this follows a girl, I can't remember her name, and she meets a guy, I think there's like a romance going on, and then he ends up dying in a car crash. And I think it's like slightly fantastical in that she rings his phone and like can kind of speak to him, or at least hear a voicemail or something. I'm not completely sure, but I'm very, very intrigued. And yeah, that is an ebook, and I'm gonna read it. In terms of prompts, it definitely works for POC rep. I'm pretty sure it works for author's debut. Hauled in last year, obviously. I think every book I'm going to talk about is going to work for Hauled in last year because I only ever buy books like a lot and then read them straight away. And yeah, I'm not sure other than that, but it definitely fits a few of them, so I'm happy with that. This is going well so far. I do, however, need to not forget to get my mandatory reads on there somewhere, but we're going to go with this one for my next one. Okay, there's a pin in green, new prompts on the board. I'm already so hyped for June and for reading lots of contemporary, even though I still need to get some fantasy on my TBR. I'm just really excited for the contemporary. I'm in such a mood for cute books at the moment, and I'm just having to read like intense fantasy, which is not it, but soon. Soon for contemporary. May that trend continue. Throw number 3. Triple yellow. Hey, we're adding a throw because that will obviously take yellow past 3. Let's see what it is, and then we will have to add a 6th throw. Yellow is double up. Okay, this is a fun one. This is double up, if you can see that there. So what I'm now going to do is go grab 2 darts, throw both, and then pick off both the prompts that it hits, and I have to try and find a book that fits both prompts. If I absolutely can't, I will do it again, but hopefully I can. So I'll replace this prompt quickly, and we'll do that. Okay, so the prompt going on in that one's place is going to be this one. Okay, so we have 2 darts. Colours don't matter for these 2 at all. This is just to pick the prompts. So if I get triples, whatever, doesn't matter. We're still gonna just be doing the 6, and this is still for book/throw number 3. Let's go. We're gonna do one at a time because I'm not that skilled. So we're going to get light orange and green. Let's see what they are. Okay, so we have mother pick and random word. Okay, so we've got an interesting combination here, which has basically taken all of the choice out of my hands. So we did get our Patreon pick, which was random word, and I'm pretty sure what I need to do for this one is to go to like Google, find a random word generator, grab a word, and then I'm meant to choose a book that I like associate with that word in some way, shape, or form. But the thing is, I don't get to. I'm gonna text my mum the random word and tell her to pick a book based off it. So let's go do that. Okay, so I've just opened up a random website called Random Word Generator, and it has already given me a word, which is classify, but I'm gonna generate one with you guys, so let's see what it gives. Essential. Okay, we're going with essential. I'm gonna text my mum and see what the hell she picks for this. Okay, so I just texted my mum. I said, hello, I have a job for you. I just got the prompts random word and mother pick, so I generated a random word, and you now need to pick me a book based on that. The random word is essential. Good luck. I'm really hoping that she's gonna take this as in like an essential book I need to read, as in a book club pick, and pick one of those, but we'll see. She's also not looking at her phone. She's looked at her phone. Let's see what she picks. Okay, so I'm sat here waiting for a reply from my mum, and she has just sent me what my brother wants me to read, which is Essential English Grammar. He's a bit of a grammar Nazi, and I'm lazy, so rude, but appreciate the joke within my family. And now I'm waiting for her to actually pick something. I'm intrigued. I just got a message saying I could do the obvious and easy thing, which is to pick your FAES and Gaze book for June, like I predicted. However, I have a much nicer idea which involves a present and not too much reading and definitely something you would like. Do you want me to tell you so you can choose between the two, or are you prepared to trust me? I've said I'll trust her. I might regret it, because it seems like In the Ravenous Dark and Docile are not going on for this prompt. But now I really want to know what she's on about. Okay, we have an answer. This is a book that she actually knows I really want to read, so I'm very happy. And it says, okay, I choose for you to read The Queen of Eoflaria, which is an essential reread before a purchase I might be just about to make from your wish list. So, quick overview, this is a little fantastical novella, which I've read before and absolutely adored when I first read it, and I've been meaning to reread it ever since and not got around to it, and I've had the second book on my wish list for ages, and literally this morning was discussing this one with my mum, like, oh, I want to reread it and I need to continue with the series, and she's also read it and loved it because I made her and she liked it, and so now she wants to buy me the sequel so that she can then read the sequel. So I'm going to be rereading The Queen of Eoflaria. Quick overview. God, I love this book. This follows a princess and she is being sent to another land to marry their prince for like a political alliance. Whilst she is travelling, the prince does get killed, and so they say, well, you're on your way anyway, you may as well marry our princess. And the queens get married, and it's cute, and it's lesbian, and it's adorable, and there's dragons, and I just remember loving it, and I remember the ending scene because it's the cutest thing I've ever read. So I'll be rereading this. This also fits many Whateverthon prompts. It is obviously LGBT. It is a reread. It's a 5-star prediction because I gave it 5 stars last time. It is indie and self-pub. I'm sure it probably fits others that I've just not thought of yet. But yes, I'm very, very excited to read this one again. So yay, thank you. I'm also just glad I'm now going to be reading it whilst I have a channel, because I do talk about this book all the time as a book I recommend, but I hadn't read it since starting my channel, and so now I get to hype it up even more to everyone, which is exciting. Okay, let's replace the prompt and we'll do throw number 4. That was number 3. I know where I'm up to. And it's out of 6 now, isn't it? Oh, dearie me, my brain's all over the place. But we're going to put this on the board. Okay, throw number 4. I'm still not aiming, we're just gonna throw. I'm having the best time. I have got 3 books I'm so excited for on my TBR, and I'm excited for my book club picks, and I've got graphic novels in mind. Just, oh, perfect. Perfect. Let's throw. Pink again. Still safe, let's see what it is. Non-seasonal read. Okay, non-seasonal read. This is an interesting one. So basically, a lot of people read seasonally, and for that it means like you read a book that feels really summery when it's going into summer. We are currently going into summer, and I have to read a book that feels not summery. Normally I would pick a fantasy for this, but for some reason both the Ravenous Dark and Docile don't feel particularly non-summery to me, so what I'm actually going to pick is Heartstopper Volume 4. I don't know whether this will work or not, but they're both wearing like big coats on the front, which gives me the impression that this may well be set at winter. I don't know whether it is, but I think it might be at least partially, because I mean they're in big wintry coats. So I'm going to claim it. Heartstopper Volume 4. It's short, I'm excited. It again fits many prompts. It's LGBT. I've seen a lot of people claiming it for the pride flag on the cover. It's a 5-star prediction, of course. I would potentially say out of my comfort zone, just in the logic that it's a graphic novel and I don't read that many of them. Hauled in the past year, yes, I got this yesterday. It counts for buddy read because it was Spoops' LGBT graphic novel pick and loads of people have been reading it, so that counts. I know that Heartstopper has been on a million people's favourites lists. It works. Heartstopper Volume 4 it is. Quick overview, this follows Nick and Charlie who go to school together, they meet. Charlie is already out as gay, Nick is not, and then comes to realise he might be, and he is in fact bi, and it's fucking adorable. I love this series a whole heckin' ton, and I cannot wait to continue it. Okay, carrying on, replacing that prompt with this one. Let's do throw number 5. Okay, throw 5. I just want to keep ow, I just jabbed myself with the dart. I just want to keep playing though. I'm having so much fun. I love it so much. But let's do throw 5 and see what it brings me. Pink again. Well, I guess we're doing 7 throws. Why am I so drawn to pink today? And this is short read. Okay, short read. We're going with the obvious. Saga Volume 9. This is the last published volume of Saga, and I'm kind of scared because no one seems happy with where this is being left off and they want the next one. So a bit nervous, but I have read all the rest now, so time to read Volume 9. It's a graphic novel, it's not many pages, it perfectly works for short read. So, Saga Volume 9 it is. Quick overview for anyone who doesn't know. This is an adult sci-fi graphic novel series featuring a man and a woman from warring races, and they fall in love, have a kid. Their races don't like this and they're kind of on the run. Lots of political stuff, very interesting, very queer. It's a whole mood, we love it. I'm gonna read the last one in June, I guess. And again, for prompts it fits. Hauled in the last year, fits a TBR game. I would say disability and mental health rep is definitely covered in this. Cover features team colour. Technically, I'm on Team Dreams and Drama Queens and our colour is green, and this has a teeny tiny bit of green on it, so like technically yes, but I don't know if I'll count it. I can't believe I have no green books. I really did myself in by choosing green as our team colour. But anyway, let's do our next prompt so that we can do throw number 6 and then 7. This one. Okay, we are just gonna get straight in with this. Throw number 6, let's see what it is. Red. Let's see. Red is Patreon poll. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna go onto my Patreon and I'm going to make a poll with a load of options and they get to choose which one I'm going to read. So I'm going to go make that poll now. Actually, scratch that. I will come back to that one at the end to tell you the 4 options because what I don't want to do is put something on that poll, which I then want to pick for a later prompt. So to stop me having to change it, I'm going to do my 7th throw, pick a book, and then we'll make the prompt from the books that I have left over that I want to read. That sounds like a plan. We'll do that. I therefore need to replace what is going in there so we can do that final throw. Let's go with this one. So I just went to put the prompt on red on the board and there's no prompt on light orange. I'm guessing it's fallen off at some point. I don't know when and I can't find it. So we're going to replace light orange as well. I have no idea where that has gone, but this is going on in its place. I couldn't tell you where that's gone. I'm gonna have to ransack my apartment later. I'm so confused right now. When I'm editing, I'm gonna see if I can find the clip on my phone of where it falls off, because I'm sure it was there, and I'll insert it just dropping off here if I can find it. Okay, let's do the 7th and likely final throw, because there's not many colours where I'm at risk, but obviously doubles and triples are still a thing, so let's do this throw and see what we get. I'm gonna aim right for the middle. I doubt I'll get it, but I'm gonna try. Didn't get it, but dark blue. Let's see what it is. Oh no! Big book. Okay, so the final prompt, big book. Something had to go a little bit wrong, and I am going to very slightly stretch this. I normally class big book as over 500 pages. Docile is 490. So I'm going to pick Docile. I'm sorry, I know it's not technically 500, but I think 492 is close enough. I will read 8 pages or something else to make it up if I need to, I don't care. But Docile is going on. As I said, this is the Burned Book Club's pick for May and June, which is a dystopia book club I host with spoofs. Links down below if you want them. And this is a really fascinating dystopian book. It's one of my favourites, and that's why we're reading it for the book club. And it follows this character called Elijah who lives in a world where your debt is like passed down through your family. And the easiest way to pay off debt is to become a docile. So he chooses to go and become a docile, chooses in inverted commas, and you're basically selling yourself into slavery. And you are choosing to do it, but are you really when you've got no other choice? Hence the tagline, there is no consent under capitalism. And when you are a docile, you can kind of get some level of choice as to what you're going to be doing. So you could be like doing manual labor, you could become a sex slave. And one of the things that you are offered is to have this drug called Docile, and that drug means you're basically a zombie, you don't remember what happened to you. Elijah opts not to take this drug. It's very interesting. It's like complex, abusive relationships, massive trigger warnings for rape and non-consensual sex and sexual abuse and emotional abuse and probably physical abuse as well. Like it's messed up, but that's the point it's trying to make, of like these power dynamic issues and how that can affect people and like the effect it has on society, all of these things. I personally think it's really interesting and I loved it and cannot wait to reread it and for a lot of you to read it as well. But please go carefully because it is a really hard book to read. Okay, so now that we've done all the throws, circling back around to the Patreon poll, I will tell you the 4 books I'm putting on it, and then I will, as I said, put up on the screen which book wins. So the 4 books I'm going to put on it are Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee, because it's a cute trans YA contemporary I want to read. The Unpopular Vote by Jasper Sanchez, a cute trans YA contemporary that I want to read. We then have The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune, which is a cute YA, kind of slightly urban fantasy superhero book, which I'm dying to reread. And then Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, which is another YA contemporary, kind of contemporary, slightly historical, that I want to read. So those are the 4 going on the poll. This is what wins. I don't know yet, but you guys know now. So yes, these 5 books, plus whichever of those 4 wins, plus You've Reached Sam, is my TBR. I do also have The Never Tilting World, which was rolled over from May, and In the Ravenous Dark, which is the June FAES and Gaze book. I may read it in the first week of July, I sometimes do that, but they're both kind of on the TBR as well. I also have a list of about 30 other books I would like to read, but we're not going to get into that here because I have plenty in this stack and not a whole heap of time. So I think this is going to be enough to keep me going. But that is it. That is the TBR. I am so excited for June, both for my TBR and for Whatever You Want-A-thon. There's going to be sprints, there's going to be fun. I'm excited. But I'll say again, if you do want to take part in Whatever You Want-A-thon, please check out the announcement video that will be linked up there and in the description. I'm so excited for it. A lot of people have signed up, so it's going to be a good old month with lots of competitive reading and sprints and challenges and everything else. But that's my TBR. That's what I'm hoping to read. Again, I will make sure to fit the prompts. I don't guarantee to read those books. However, I am very excited for all of them and it's quite close to what I wanted to read. So it might happen, but that's that. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good time. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. Comment down below what you're planning to read. Are you doing Whatever You Want-A-thon? Just let me know. Links down below to all of the book clubs, readathons, all of that I mentioned, and all of my other social medias, as well as my Amazon wishlist and my Patreon. But that is everything. That is the end of the video. Bye, and I'll see you in the next one.